Hi everyone, I'm Amanda from Amanda Stewart Photography. I had originally done this edit on Facebook Live and I really didn't like the way it worked out. You couldn't really see what I was doing with the little tiny square, and my camera was shaky because it was my phone. So I just Googled a way to do it on my computer and found this really easy way to just record my screen and myself. So here we go. Here is the picture that you are all here for, that you wanted to see me edit. I shot this at sunset on Virginia Beach. I used my Sigma 15mm fisheye 2.8. I really love the fisheye, mostly for the beach, but I just really love it. There's a lot of beach sessions here. I do a lot of maternity. I'm a big maternity and newborn photographer, so beach maternities are highly requested. I love the fisheye on the beach. It keeps those clouds and the people like kind of on the same focal and like exposure plane, because I guess of just like the way it is. I just love it. I shot this at 3.5 and you can still see so much detail in the cloud, even in the before picture. So I'm not, technically inclined to know exactly why that does that, but I really love it. I really love the fisheye. I did shoot some pictures similar with my 24 to 70 2.8, and that worked out pretty well too. If you have that, then there you go. So I'm going to go ahead and start this. I'll probably disappear down here in the little corner, but I'm going to go ahead. Here is the before. I'm going to go ahead and bring you to the camera defaults. That is straight out of camera. As you can see, it's cool and they are a little bit dark. I want to bump the exposure, not the exposure, sorry, the temperature up here. And then get the magentas up a little, especially because I'm going to want it to match my edit. Bring this up just a little, and I'll lose a little detail in the sky, but I'll bring that all back. And just the shadows, really got to pull those up. And that's why I'm really glad I could shoot this at a decent ISO so it didn't leave it all noisy. I'm going to bring this way up right about here. I'm just going to bring these down just a little. Okay, the next thing I do is I go into my sharpening, and I like to try to start right around 50 for my pictures, but then I got to check out that graininess. So I zoom in 100%. They're a little grainy. I want them smoother than that. So I'm going to bring this luminance up just to get rid of some of that noise. I like that. So there we go. Zoom back out here. So there we go. There's just like the clean edit of this photo so far. And it's pretty and all, but I was just really wanting something dramatic. And I found this little guy right here. It's called the graduated filter. And I just click that. Click right here, and kind of like the overlay in Photoshop, you just bring it down, only way cooler than the overlay in Photoshop. And there we go. I just brought that down and I played with it until I liked the colors. I ended up with this right here. I saved my colors, and so you could see exactly what they were. And here's all these. If you just play with these, you can see turn it blue and like, yeah, all kinds of funky things, but we'll just go with exactly what I had it at, which was this one right here. And down here, it's like a pink. If you click that, I just played around with this until I liked it. Just have fun with it, really. So then from here, I go over here, I just brush it off of them and just do a quick little brush. I don't like to keep it feathered too much because then it leaves a halo around them. So I keep a decent edge over here. And it's okay to keep a little in their hair, because if the sky was really that color, it would have been showing in their hair. So I love that. It's pretty, but I still wanted like a little something more. And I went up and I just made another one. And with this one, I just did it like up around here. And these were the settings I had it at. So it just added a little more dark at the top, a little more color. Down here, I did a blue because that's, like I said, I was just playing around with it and that's just like what I liked. So if you want, I can play around with it. See, so like you can see how it just like does all that stuff. So you just kind of put it to where you want it. There we go. And then I actually didn't brush that off of them because I didn't need to. It didn't need any brushing off of them. I like the way it looked. Okay. So yeah, see, there we go. There we go for that. Awesome. And then I just went ahead and opened it up in Photoshop. So from here, I went ahead and I still wanted a little more on them. So the first thing I did was went up to layer and I did a fill layer, solid color. I picked like a peachy pink color right around there, and I put that on soft light. And then I go ahead and invert that. And I'm going to go ahead and put my brush all the way up to 100, and I'm just going to brush this on this soft light, and it just gives her like a glow. Brush it all over. And I'm not going to keep it at 100% because that's not her natural color, obviously. So, and then put a little even on that. Just get that skin brightened up. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that all the way down here. Probably only at like really low. Just a little bit of a brightness here. A little color, a little brightness. There we go. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my levels and I'm going to pull them dark down here because when I pulled up their shadows in raw, it really did a number on their hair. As you can see, when I invert it, their hair is like really brassy looking now, and it just looks different because I pulled all those shadows up, so it took any richness right out of their hair. So I'm going to brush that right back in here. Oh, sorry, my pen's acting funny. I edit with a Wacom. It took a long time to learn how to do it, but now I cannot edit without it. I love it. I lost it and was freaking out and ordered like 4 more pens because they were so hard to edit with my mouse. So yeah, I just kind of bring that richness back into their hair. So there you go. I mean, flatten that out. There we go. Not sure. This is a little dark up in the corners. I probably would have lightened it more in raw had I have noticed it. But you can always just, you know, maybe pull it up a little bit and then just push it on. You can fix so much right here. There we go. I just forgot to take out some of the vignetting from my lens, which I usually do, take out the vignetting from my lens. So there's that. It might not be the exact edit I just did, but like I said, I saved everything so that I can batch edit them all from here on out. After this, all I did was go in and, you know, I took out the people swimming in the background. I actually wanted the rocks out for this picture. I don't usually mind them, but there's just something about this picture. I really wanted to make it more dramatic and clean. So I did end up spending a lot of time, not too much time, but a little bit of time removing all these rocks between the stamp and the clone tool and the patch tool. I just slowly took these out of the equation and I did straighten it a little bit because the horizon is crooked. There we go. So straighten that up. I wanted to put them like right in the middle here. That might be why. There we go. That's why it was different because I cut off those corners in the picture. So, there we go. That looks more like it. So I did, you know, straighten that up. And I just went in here, took all this out, but you don't need to see me do all that. You know how to use that tool. I went in here, I had asked in the group whether or not I should take the footprints out or not, and there's a lot of mixed reviews. In the end, I just went ahead and took most of them out because I was really going for that dramatic, clean edit on this photo, and the client absolutely loved it. Originally, this client did not want her pictures shared. She didn't sign the model release, which was totally okay with me. And then after she saw them, she emailed me. I didn't ask, I didn't bother her, but after she saw it, she emailed me and she told me, "Oh, I can't imagine you not sharing those. Please share those. I just don't want the baby being shared." And I did a little happy dance because I absolutely adore this session. It's gorgeous. So, I mean, you don't really need to sit here and watch me edit footprints. And I've already done this on my final edit. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I did liquefy her dress a little bit and obviously remove any blemishes here. This is being funky. Here we go. Just remove some blemishes here. She had like a little bit. And then I just liquefied the dress right here. I didn't like this, so just went in here. And just kind of straightened it out. Like I had her bra tucked in here too. So, because she forgot to wear a strapless bra. So I went in and did that. There we go. Good. And then I'm just going to go over here, duplicate my layer. I run portraiture on almost everything. I love it. It saved me a lot of time because I can batch it on all the images. There we go. And for my newborns, I brush it off them, but for regular pictures like this, I don't, except for the man. I do brush portraiture off the man. I don't want it to look like he's wearing makeup. If they ever ask me to smooth their skin, like sure, but for the most part, I just brush it off him, leave her as is, and then there we go. All I would need to do now is just, you know, really touch up all these people and get these rocks out of the picture, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me do that because it's so incredibly boring to watch. But I just gave it like a really nice clean edit. There we go. After doing all the rocks. And it brought in these colors right here, and it looked like just really pretty. I really liked the way it looked. So see how it's just kind of blending in now, and I really like that. And I zoom in and obviously do this in much greater detail for my actual pictures, not just for tutorials here. So yeah, that's that. So yeah, just see how like without those rocks, it's like really blending in over here. So usually I don't mind them, but for these pictures, I just did not want them there. And I really like the way it came out. But that's that. I hope you learned something. Post some of your pictures in the group and let me see your before and after edits using this new technique. I love it. I'm updated on my CC, so if I'm using anything that you don't see on your Photoshop, then you probably just need to run that update, which is an awesome update anyway. Content aware crop is saving my life for newborn sessions. I love it, love it, love it. And then the facial aware liquefy is just kind of a lot of fun. But that content aware crop tool is really, really awesome for my newborn sessions when I might like mess up, get the wrong angle, and I crop it and it does it for me. So I highly recommend that you update your Photoshop if you haven't already to the new version. So yeah, have a good night. Have fun playing with that tool. I played with it all night. So once you get the hang of it, you'll be playing with it too. And I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.